Oh, hello there! Welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're gonna make guacamole. Well, we have everything here. I have a sweet pepper, a lime, a shallot, salt, pepper, Tajin seasoning, my secret ingredient, and chili pepper flakes. But we're missing one crucial component. I need avocados. Oh, there's one. I think I need 2 more though. There's another one. And I'm hoping this tree has 1 more. Awesome. So we're all set to make guacamole. I think the first thing we're gonna do is dice a bunch of things and throw them into this bowl here. So we have a sweet pepper here. I'm not using the whole pepper, you just need a piece. This is fine. You can use red pepper, green pepper, you just need something for some texture in the guacamole. That's how I make it. There's a little piece here that looks like something was growing in there. It's also kind of freaking me out. So I'm gonna take that part out. So when I cut things, I like to work with 2 different size knives because I don't want to cut myself. And I think in the kitchen you should always be safe. So I'm going to cut this nasty part off. I'm going to cut the inside off. And get rid of any extraneous parts we're not going to use in the guacamole. So I got rid of all the innards there. And we're going to dice it up as fine as possible. So my knife skills aren't the best, but I do know how to chop things into oblivion. So that's what we're going to do. I use the other knife because I am very prissy and I hate getting things under my nails. So I use this little smaller knife just to get some of those pieces off the larger knife. Either that's practical or not, you decide. The thing I like about guacamole is that you can literally put it on anything. Besides just tortilla chips or pita chips. My favorite to make with guacamole is avocado toast. I usually slather on the guac itself and the add a poached egg. Okay, that's pretty much the texture I'm after. There. I'm gonna put it into this larger mixing bowl. It's gonna be much easier on yourself if you have a larger bowl and mix everything than a smaller bowl. Now obviously, please be careful when using a sharp knife like this one. My knife is a Jamie Oliver knife. What kind of knife is yours? You should comment below and let me know. So that part is done. The next thing I would chop is the shallot here. Okay, peeled the shallot. So based on how onions work, any part of it you cut will make you cry. My suggestion, based on what I've watched, is to kind of cut this way and then that way and try to avoid trying to cut the root off first. I did cut off the tip just to make it easier for myself. I think just a smaller knife here. So this way. And that way. And hopefully that aroma won't be so pungent. It's already hurting my eyes. I always measure how much onion this should go into this guacamole by 1 shallot, I think is plenty. And you just have to finely dice it, because nothing's worse than a guacamole, besides it being unseasoned, is having a mouthful of onion. I also like using shallot in my guacamole because it's a lot milder tasting. They use shallots in a lot of vinaigrettes and dressings. So the goal is chop this as fast as you can without irritating your eyes. Oh my god! I'm just so emotional. Some people just can't afford guacamole. Avocado's so expensive. Guac makes me so happy. Jeez, I'm not messing up my faces. Oh god. Alright, so the hardest part is taken care of. The next thing I would do is cut the avocado. Now the avocado has to be super ripe. It has to be kind of mushy to the touch here. Otherwise, don't bother making guacamole if it's not soft. You can get away with one unripe avocado and you get those beautiful chunks in there. Almost looks like that you did it on purpose. But I would highly suggest that they all should be ripe. So the way I cut an avocado, which is both, I think the only way, it's probably another safer way to do it, is you kind of just find the midpoint, slice through and spin it. And then you should be able to twist, and then you get a nice beautiful half there. And I would take the bigger knife, and hopefully this works, so I don't look really stupid. Turn, and you get the pit out, and you can discard the pit. That's terrible, you don't want this in your guacamole. Efficient way to get the flesh, innards, whatever, out of this guacamole is to dice it like that, grab a spoon, scoop it out. All of it, even like the stuff that's stuck in the skin there, get it out of there. Okay, one down, two more to go. Hello. We've gotten this far. The last component is a lime to give it that zest, that freshness. First, I would roll it. It's beautiful, isn't it? So, this is what it looks like right now. We've got everything in there. Avocado's covering it, but I swear to you, all those components are in there. Or you could just use your brute strength. That's what I'm gonna do. So easy. So effortless. Less dishes. It's at this stage you decide if you want a whole lime or half a lime. You can always store the other half for later if you'd like, but for myself, in my guacamole, I like a whole lime in this dish. Another great thing besides adding flavor to the guacamole is that the lime also helps it from turning it brown. Now, you could use a fork to mash all this together, but personally, I would much prefer a potato masher. Voila, potato masher. Now, before we mash this to oblivion, I would season it first. So, my trusty, wonderful tagine seasoning will add that extra je ne sais quoi to your guacamole. So I like adding a lot to get mixed in anyway. Season it. So I'm gonna add a bit of salt to it. This Shallot Tears sea salt. And some freshly ground black pepper. And then we want to add a touch of heat. Now, depending on how spicy you want it, I do a touch because you don't want it too spicy. And I would just kind of sprinkle it in a little bit like that. So that's what it looks like. Ooh, with all the seasoning. You're gonna take your potato masher and just have fun with it. Mash it. It's really fragrant. I can smell the lime, the shallot. It caused me so much grief earlier. That's the texture you're after there. Everything blended in, everything's good. And at this point, I would taste it. Ooh, there's that heat. So, for myself, I think it's seasoned well. I doesn't need any more salt. And the lime is perfect. It tastes wonderful, it tastes fresh, it tastes exciting. It's exactly what spring needs. Now, the next thing I would do, just for storage purposes, is transfer this into a container with a lid, Ziploc, anything like that, so that way you can use it throughout the week. Or if you're having it for an event or a party, then just put it in a nicer bowl for presentation purposes. Thanks so much for watching. Happy eating, happy dining. Good morning. Hello, hello. Today it is a Wednesday. I am off today. So basically what that means is I get to make avocado toast, one of my favorite things. Or if you just watched the previous segment, you know how to make guacamole effectively. You're going to grab some bread, you're going to toast it, and then you're going to put guacamole on it. And that's essentially avocado toast. For myself, I like a poached egg. So I have some water simmering here in the background, as well as I cracked an egg into a ramekin. Traditionally, when I make poached eggs, I add a little bit of vinegar to the water. Unfortunately, I don't have any vinegar in my house. What? How did that happen? So I found this in my pantry. Rice vinegar from who knows when, next to the stove, literally waiting for water to boil. For a poached egg and how I make it, you don't wait for it to boil, please, dear God, now you're gonna ruin the egg. You're going to wait for it to simmer. You just want those little bubbles to come up a little bit. Cracking eggs are always fun. I don't have a special way to crack it. I crack it like a normal person. So I just tappa on the thing. And the ramekin it goes, and then discard the eggshell. Okay, here we are at my stovetop. Water is bubbling away. It's a good time to poach some eggs. So, one of my techniques, swirl that water. Just swirl it. It'll help it bind, I think, maybe. You're gonna grab an egg. You're gonna pray that it doesn't fall apart, like in Julie and Julia. So you're gonna throw it in the middle where you made that swirl. And you're gonna look at the clock. You need 3 minutes. 3 minutes for this to work. If you take it out too soon, it's happened to me, it will go right through your mesh spoon, your slotted spoon, your whatever this spoon is, it'll go right through. Off camera, I put a plate with a little paper towel here. It is quite wet, so you'll scoop it out, bring it to this station, and then you'll put it onto the avocado toast that you made earlier. You're gonna see in the pot a lot of debris. You're gonna have like the egg white kind of just separates from the main egg there. And then I would, as you go, discard it, because if you don't, it'll be really hard to clean later. Okay. Whew. Okay, this should be fine. Please don't break. Please don't break. Oh yeah, it's fine. Ooh, that was close. So like I said, station 1, dab. Get that excess water out of there. And then hopefully your toast is big enough. You're going just to gently, it is hot, don't do what I did. Beautiful, look at that, look at that egg. Yum. There's still, it's like, can you see that steam? It is warm. This is not fake, ladies and gentlemen. This is a real poached egg on a piece of toast with guacamole. Can I get a hell yeah?